I want to explain the sum of the exterior angles of polygon is 360. For that I have taken three figures, one rectangle, quadrilateral and pentagon. These 1, 2, 3, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the exterior angles. In the first figure I have cut each first angles and pasted here. Then in the next second angles, in all the figures in second angles are cut and pasted. And the next third angle is cut and pasted. After pasting the complete angle 360 head, the sum of the exterior angles of a triangle is 360. Then fourth angle of the quadrilateral is cut and pasted here. After pasting this one, we got the 360, that is complete angle. We can say the exterior angle of the quadrilateral is 360. In the pentagon also we can obtain the sum of the exterior angles of pentagon is 360. In generalize, we can say sum of the exterior angles of a polygon, any polygon is 360. Just after school. Next, I want to share with this one before chart. I want to elicit sum of the interior angles of any polygon is n-2 into 180. For that, I have taken this one in the figure. This is the name of the figure, number of the angles, number of the sides, and number of the triangles. Sum of the interior angles in terms of 180. In this one, quadrilaterals have taken 4 sides and 4 angles. A number of the triangles is 4 minus 2, that is 2. Sum of the interior angles is 2 into 180. In pentagon, number of triangles is 3. Number of sides and 5. Number of triangles is 5 minus 2 is 3. Sum of the interior angles is 3 into 180. Then next, I have taken hexagon. Number of triangles is 6 minus 2, 4. Sum of the interior angles 4 into 180. In the same way, octagon, heptagon, we will get sum of the interior angles is 5 into 180. Next, in general, we can say any polygon having the n side and n sides, the number of triangles is n minus 2, then the sum of the interior angles is n minus 2 into 180. In general, we can say sum of any interior angles of a polygon is n minus 2 into 180. Thank you. Next, I will show. I want to differentiate between the intersect and bisect by using this. For this, I have taken 2 lines are cutting here at the point O. This line is cutted and pasted here, and this line is also cutted and pasted. Again, this line is cutted and pasted. This line is cutted and pasted. These 2 lines are not equal. These 2 lines are equal. In the same way, this line is cutted and pasted. This line cutted and pasted. In the same way, cutted and pasted. These 2 are not equal. These 2 are not. These 2 are equal. From this, we can say these are intersecting. These are bisecting. Okay. One more is there. For the pupils, it is very difficult to say. If you ask, give the example for Pythagorean triplets. They didn't say. For this one, I have taken this table. This is the multiples of 3, multiples of 4, and multiples of 5. The next sheet will show the squares of the multiples of 3. Next sheet shows the multiples of 4, and next sheet shows the multiples of 5. Then next sheet shows the relationship between the first column and second column and third column. This is 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square. Then 6 square plus 8 square is equal to 10 square. This shows the 9 square plus 12 square is equal to 15. So we can say any number of the Pythagorean triplets we can form. In the next, I want to solve the quadratic equation by using the graph. For this one, I have taken a graph x-axis and y-axis, and each equation is solved by using the table. After solving the table, we plotting the points. Next sheet again 2 points are plotted. Next sheet 3 points are plotted. After plotting this one, we are joined. We get the parabola graph. Y is equal to x square graph. Then by plotting the next 2 points, we will get a straight line. By joining this straight line, we get, and this straight line will intersect the parabola in 2 points. By joining this, we get the distance between this origin from this line. We get x value, and from this distance will also shows the x value. Okay. Another chart shows the construction of direct common tangents. For this, each step has given like this, distance between this one capital R, this one small r, and the bisecting the line, drawing the circle, then joining, then again R minus, this circle is R minus R, by joining this one and reducing up to capital R, joining these lines, then again we'll plotting H1 and H and G. If you join E and G and F and G, this shows the direct common tangents. In the same way, we can construct transverse common tangents also. One more. Stop. As says, for a universal set, he used the rectangle. This is the universal set. The elements present in this set, we can say, for subsets, he used the circles. I will put this circle. It shows the A set. The elements present in A set are like this, and I will change this one P dash. Remaining this, all the elements in the universal set says the P dash. Then I will put another set, circle subset. I will give this name as B. These two sets are the disjoint sets having the no common elements. I will bring this like this. These two circles shows the sets having the common elements. By this using, we can know the A union B, all the elements present in this. We can also know the A intersection B, only 1 and 2 are there. Then we can know A minus B, these elements are A minus B. We can know B minus A, these elements are B minus A. Then A union B whole dash, remaining these elements are the A union B whole dash. Then A intersection B, by remaining these elements, we can say all the A union A intersection B whole dash. We can also say A minus B whole dash. We can also say B minus B whole dash. Next step. Next step. For children studying in 9th standard, multiplication is more difficult or confusing. For that, I made a small teaching guide. This having the order 2 class 3, for B also having 2 class 3. For this, I will remove the first row and keep here. It will become the column. By multiplying these two and multiplying these two, we will get one element. Multiplying these two, we will get a second element. Like this, the second row is replaced as column, and by multiplying these two will get a second row element, and these two elements by multiplying this last element will get. By using this method, we can easily multiply the matrices. Okay. This is a purely application of Pythagoras theorem. This was first introduced by the Theodoros in 5th century. He has constructed up to square root of 15. I have extended up to square root of 21. And by using this one, we can know the square roots by using measuring. Just for example, square root of 21 is 11, 121 is 11. Just by measuring, we will get 121. For example, square root of 81, we will get 9. Like this, any number from 1 to 101.